Hi, I'm Kristen Duncan. I'm a real estate agent here in Orlando, Florida, and today I am west of Orlando in Clermont, Florida, here in Lake County. And Clermont is known for its chain of lakes. There are so many beautiful lakes in this community, and it has one thing that other parts of Florida do not have, which is hills. There's actually a little bit of elevation here, so we'll talk about all of that in just a minute. But let's see where we are in orientation to the highlights of Orlando. So Clermont is a longer than it is wide community. It's pretty narrow, so when I give you distances from things, that's why it can vary a little bit. We are in the north end of Clermont right now, which is closer to the older historic district, historic downtown, farmers markets, shopping, local restaurants. And as you move south, you're going to get into the new communities with lots of HOA, planned unit developments, and new construction. But we are due west of downtown Orlando. Probably take you about 30, maybe 40 minutes from southern Clermont. One of the highlights, Disney is nearby. From most places in Clermont, you can reach it in 30 minutes or less without traffic. And from Orlando Airport, we're a little bit farther. You're probably looking at about 45 minutes from most places in Clermont to get to the airport. So let's take a minute to talk a little bit more about the southern two-thirds of Clermont, because that is where most people are moving right now. Again, the northern half has the older homes and the southern part has more new construction opportunities. Many of the homes there were built in the 90s, the 2000s, and construction is still going on. Clermont is desirable to a lot of buyers because there's a little bit more elbow room in some of the lots, especially if you're looking at communities like Winter Garden and Celebration. The lot sizes here are a little bit bigger. Most of the communities are planned unit developments and they will have an HOA. There's varying levels of HOA. Some of them are very mild, maybe a couple $100s a year, and some of them are a few $100s a month if you want more amenities, but plenty of opportunity there. New construction, as of right now, you can possibly get some things in the 400s. I would say 450 and plus, all the way into the millions, but there's still multiple builders here building in Clermont. Let's talk a little bit about life and living in Clermont. It has expanded rapidly in the last few years. When I moved to Florida 20 years ago, Clermont was on the outskirts of town, and now it's really one of the places to be in Greater Orlando. Now let's talk about schools. Now, as a real estate agent, I can only say so much about schools, but some of the facts here, that East Ridge Elementary and Cypress Ridge Middle are A-rated schools as of 2022. Most of the other schools in the area are B-rated with some C's thrown in there, but overall, the ratings of the school remain high compared to most of Orlando. There's a lot to do in the city of Clermont itself. You don't even have to leave its borders to really have a multitude of activities for weekends and evenings. One of my favorite is the Clermont chain of lakes. I am on Lake Mineola, and it is part of the chain. So these lakes, there's 3 major lakes and a few minor lakes, but they are connected through absolutely beautiful canals that you can boat or paddleboard through. I had never heard of such a thing when I moved to Florida from Illinois 20 years ago, but it is one of my top 5 things to do in Central Florida is boat the canal. If you don't have a boat, that is okay. There are rentals available, or you can take a tour. There's a few other chain of lakes in Central Florida that offer a similar experience in Mount Dora, Winter Park, and Windermere, but Clermont's one of my favorite. There is no shortage of shopping and dining options in Clermont. You have every chain restaurant, chain shopping, big Publix or other grocery store that you can think of. And on the northern half, as we said before, you're gonna have your more locally owned restaurants and shops. So that is never a complaint I hear from homeowners in Clermont, is that we don't have enough places to go or to shop. There are lots of options. So one of the most popular spots to visit, especially on weekend mornings, is Waterfront Park in Clermont. This is on Lake Mineola where we are now, and there's a splash pad for the kiddos, opens at 10 a.m., a beach where you can enjoy tons of organized activities. There is just some triathlon athletes out here and some junior triathloners. There is a biking and walking trail that's paved. It doesn't go the whole length of the lake, but I think you'll be very pleased with how far down it goes on both sides. And tennis courts, basketball courts on the water, pavilions you can rent and have events at. It's just a really great piece of the community. Thanks for visiting Clermont, Florida with me today. I'm Kristen Duncan of the Duncan team at Keller Williams Advantage Realty in Orlando, Florida. Please like and subscribe, and we will have more videos about places in Central Florida coming up soon.